I'm Adrienne Childs, co-guest curator of Century. I'm an art historian and a curator, and I'm delighted to be here.
I'm Nico W. Okoro, also co-curator alongside Adrienne.
Century is an exhibition of works of art that span from 1924 to 2024, which is the date of the opening, and all the many works of art by African American artists. And it's a celebration of this century of artistry.
Century for us, we weren't starting thinking of it chronologically, even though it is a measurement of time. I think we're just really impressed at the full kind of breadth of work that MAM holds in its collection and talk about kind of the nuances of Black identity. So I would hope that people look into the 59 artists that are exhibited in the exhibition and their history, their life, their work, but also maybe use that as a launch point to kind of do their own creative or critical investigations into other artists, into the relationship between these artists, because it's a really complex kind of alchemy that we have here.
To see the great breadth of even just the materials of what art can be. Art for African Americans has always been a part of our cultural practice, and it's been meaningful. It tells stories about our histories, our personal histories.
So we've done, I think, a really great job of providing didactic materials. So there's these extended wall labels that accompany every piece of work, which was awesome that we were able to do that. But you could also be guided by your own instincts and curiosity again, and learn that way, right? That's also kind of equally as valuable.
It tells a really interesting story. And in an exhibition like this, where we're looking to kind of chart how Black artists have operated in different ways throughout the century, where does this artist fit into a bigger story?
And I mean, it's awesome that, so we're two very different people with two different lives, and we looked at the exact same objects and saw different themes and different things excited us from the collection, right? So yeah, I think it's important to state that we are working from a finite collection of objects, so it's the amazing works that MAM holds. And so within that, we were able to say, look at these groupings, look at these dialogues and conversations between works, and have that kind of guide our selection process, in addition to what you feel when you look at a work of art, right? There was an editing process, right? So it's not as though every Black artist in MAM's collection is on display. And we didn't want Blackness to be the theme. There had to be more layers to that. And so I think that's where we got really excited.
Yeah. I think that people who've never been to a museum before are gonna come in here and they're gonna see themselves. They're gonna see their uncle. They're gonna see their grandmother's house in North Carolina. They're gonna see colors that they just love. I mean, really, you can approach it from where you are and find something that you really love about it.
And so, yeah, I would say, again, being guided by curiosity, because there's so many ways that you can navigate the kind of 6 thematic sections that we've laid out, which are not rigid at all, right? So if you're making connections across Black joy and leisure to, this kind of portraiture section, I think that's awesome and important, and that can start conversations in your own life. It's important to be in dialogue with your local institutions, right? As a community member, whoever lives in Montclair, regardless of their interests and their work, I think really tapping into and being a part of the culture that's created in your community is important. So hopefully this is maybe, a point of entry for people that haven't been here before.
And for young people, I've heard so many artists say that they were inspired when they came to a museum and saw something unusual. So I would hope that Century inspires young artists